Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching SAMAA News. Here are today's headlines. Iranian and US technical teams working on the implementation of an interim peace deal are expected to meet in Doha in the coming days. A source told Reuters mediators have established communications channels to de-escalate any incidents and technical talks are set to continue. A senior Iranian source said there would be a meeting in Doha on Tuesday, but unlike previous technical talks between Tehran and Washington in Switzerland, the focus would be on managing the Strait of Hormuz and de-escalating tensions. The senior source said Doha and Tehran were in the final stages of agreeing on technicalities for the release of the first $6 billion of frozen assets. Iran and the United States have agreed to halt recent hostilities in the Gulf and renew talks regarding their dispute over the Strait of Hormuz, raising hopes of saving an interim peace deal that was under pressure from days of tit-for-tat strikes. A US official said technical talks are slated to continue on all areas of the MOU. Both sides will stand down for now and vessels can move freely. Axios, citing a senior US official, said talks would resume on Tuesday in Qatar. Iran has called for a new regional security framework involving Gulf countries without the involvement of outside powers. Speaking during a visit to Baghdad, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said lasting security in the Persian Gulf should be ensured by countries in the region, while urging all parties to uphold the US-Iran Memorandum of Understanding aimed at ending the conflict. Addressing a joint news conference in the Iraqi capital, Araghchi said the region needed a new security arrangement that includes all Gulf nations without the presence or interference of countries from outside the region. The security forces have carried out ground and air operations along the Pakistan-Afghanistan border, killing at least 29 militants. Information Minister Ataullah Tarar said on X that 4 fighters linked to the Jamaat-ul-Ahrar were killed in the ground attacks. He added that airstrikes on 3 targets in Paktia, Paktika and Kunar killed 25 militants, while large quantities of weapons and ammunition were destroyed. He further said that Pakistan was responding to recent multiple terrorist incidents. Meanwhile, Afghan Taliban spokesperson Zabiullah Mujahid said on X that dozens were killed and injured in airstrikes by Pakistan. The Israeli military has destroyed underground infrastructure used by Lebanese militant group Hezbollah in a village in southern Lebanon. According to a joint statement by the Israeli Prime Minister and Defense Minister, the US was informed ahead of the attack, which targeted a 200-meter-long tunnel in the town of Majd al-Zoun. The Israeli statement said the tunnel contained hundreds of weapons and launchers. The strike came 2 days after Lebanon and Israel agreed a US-brokered security arrangement intended to ease hostilities along the border. Turkey expects next month's NATO summit in Ankara to emphasize alliance unity, calling for the lifting of restrictions on defense trade and for Ankara's involvement in initiatives to bolster European security. President Tayyip Erdogan said at an event for parliamentarians from NATO members in Istanbul that the main expectation from the summit is to achieve results that guard allies' national security sensitivities, strengthen the spirit of alliance solidarity, and unity. Ankara will host 32 NATO leaders, as well as officials from the alliance's partners in the Gulf and Asia-Pacific region on July 7th and 8th. Temperatures hit 40 degrees Celsius in parts of Europe as storms moved into other areas, with France reporting 1,000 excess deaths during the record-breaking heatwave. The French Public Health Agency said most of the heat-related fatalities involved older people and warned the number was expected to rise as more details became available about deaths in residential care and private homes. Scientists have said the heatwave, which began on June 20th, was the worst recorded in Europe, and the blistering conditions have disrupted power generation, damaged infrastructure, and overwhelmed healthcare systems. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.sammaa.tv. Thank you for watching SAMAA News.